Hey everyone, and welcome. We've been hearing a lot about this new BMW electric scooter, the CE002, and frankly, I'm pretty curious.
Yeah,
So, are you ready to take a deep dive into this thing?
absolutely. Let's do it.
Awesome. So, we've got this great article here from November 15th of this year. It's called BMW CE02. Stylish, practical, and perfect for modern city riders.
Interesting title.
Right. So we're going to break it all down, the design, the performance, how it stacks up against the competition. I'm even seeing some interesting facts here that I don't think you'd find in just like your average review.
Well, I'm all ears. What's caught your eye so far?
Well, one thing that jumps out at me is how they're really pushing this whole minimalist vibe, not just with the design, but like the whole philosophy of it. Like it's perfect for that modern urban rider.
That's something I've noticed too. It's like they're targeting people who want to simplify their lives, get rid of the clutter, but still, do it in style.
Exactly. And the article really emphasizes that, saying it has this minimalist yet striking look. But I gotta ask, is it all just for show?
Oh, not at all. When you think about city riding, that compact frame is pure gold, zipping through traffic, squeezing into those tiny parking spaces.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's made for that urban jungle.
I can definitely see that. And it totally fits with the minimalist lifestyle, right? Like multifunctional, efficient. But, we all like a little bit of fun too.
Who cares?
And the article mentions all these customizable exterior options. So you can really personalize your ride, express yourself a little.
I like that.
Yeah. We're talking a double loop tubular frame, upside down telescopic fork, alloy wheels. This thing sounds pretty high tech.
Those features, they're not just for looks either. That tubular frame, super strong but lightweight. The telescopic fork gives you a smooth ride, even on those rough city streets.
Yeah.
And those alloy wheels, they make the scooter so agile, so responsive.
Okay, so it looks the part, it's built for the city, but how does it actually ride? The article says there are two versions. The CEO2 AM, which they're aiming at younger riders, and then the CEO2 Classic.
Right, right.
Now the Classic seems like it's got a bit more, oomph.
Yeah, it's interesting that they got these two options. It kind of broadens their market, like
Yeah.
the CEO2 AM, that's perfect for beginners, someone just getting started. 3.2 kilowatt nominal power, 45-kilometer top speed. That's pretty decent.
Yeah, definitely. But if you're looking for something a little more, shall we say, thrilling, the CEO2 Classic is where it's at. We're talking 11 kilowatts of max power, torque of 55 nanometer, top speed of 95 kilometer.
Whoa.
Right. And don't even worry about range anxiety with this one. You can cruise for up to 95 kilometers on a single charge. That's pretty impressive for an electric scooter, wouldn't you say?
It really is. I mean,
Yeah.
compared to other electric scooters out there, the CEO2, especially that classic version, it's really pushing the limits on power and range.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I know what some people are thinking, charging, right? It can be a bit of a hassle with electric vehicles, but BMW seems to have thought this through.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they've got two charging options. You can plug it into a standard outlet, or if you're in a rush, there's an optional fast charger that'll juice you up in just 2 hours.
See, now that's convenient. But I do have to wonder, does that fast charging affect the battery life in the long run?
Yeah,
It's always a trade-off.
that's a good point. I hadn't thought of that. But here's where it gets really interesting. The classic version. It has removable dual batteries.
Really?
Yeah, so you can literally just grab those batteries and take them with you to charge.
No, that's thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Especially like for delivery riders or anyone who's using their scooter all day long, no more downtime just waiting for a charge.
Absolutely. Okay, now let's talk tech. Are you ready for this? The CE002 comes with a 3.5-inch TFT display, a USB-C port to keep your devices powered up.
Nice.
And get this, the BMW Motorrad connected ride cradle for, all your smartphone needs.
Hold on. Smartphone integration.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. I mean, that opens up a whole world of possibilities.
Got that.
Navigation, music, even security features,
You
right?
got it. And did I mention the riding modes? You've got Flow and Surf Standard.
Okay.
But if you go for the optional Highline pack, you unlock Flash mode.
Flash mode. That's got to be interesting.
Right. I'm curious about that one myself.
You know what I'm really curious about? How those riding modes actually feel. Like,
Yeah.
does it really change the riding experience?
Yeah, that's a good question. It seems like they're really trying to tailor the ride to different preferences.
I like
Me
that.
too. But, all this tech is great. But at the end of the day, a scooter needs to be comfortable, especially if you're using it for your daily commute.
Oh, absolutely. Comfort is key.
So what do you think about the CEO2 in terms of comfort?
Well, they've definitely put some thought into it. The seat height is 750 millimeters, so it's accessible to a lot of riders.
Yeah.
And even with that dual battery setup under the seat on the classic version, they still managed to include a passenger seat without making it feel, unstable.
Wow, that's impressive.
It is. It shows they're not just focused on the tech, but on the practicality of it all.
Absolutely. And it looks like they didn't skimp on safety either. You've got ABS on the front wheel as standard, keyless ride, and those protective guards. It seems like BMW really wants a scooter that's not just fun, but safe and practical for everyday use.
Yeah, I'm getting that sense too. They're not just going for the flashy. They want something that's built to last.
Totally. Okay, now for the fun part. Customization. I love that they've given riders so many options to make this scooter their own.
It's a smart move on BMW's part. Not everyone wants the same thing, right? So giving people the option to personalize their ride, it just makes it that much more appealing.
Exactly. You can choose from different color options, add some stickers, and I bet there will be a ton of aftermarket accessories available too.
Oh, for sure. The possibilities are endless.
And then for the ultimate upgrade, you've got the Highline Pack, which is packed with performance and comfort enhancements. It sounds pretty tempting, but I'm guessing it comes at a price?
Yeah, I'd imagine so. It's always that balance, right?
Yeah.
Getting all the bells and whistles versus, the cost.
Right. Well, speaking of competition, how does the CE02 stack up against other electric scooters out there? The article has this comparison table, putting it head-to-head with the Vespa Electrica and the Yamaha Neo.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts? Does the CE02 hold its own?
Well, looking at this table, it seems like the CE02, especially the classic version, really shines in terms of power and range. But of course, that comes with a higher price tag compared to the Vespa and the Yamaha.
Yeah.
So it's that classic dilemma. Do you go for the premium option with all the bells and whistles or something more budget-friendly?
It's all about priorities, right? What are you looking for in a scooter? What fits your lifestyle and your budget?
Exactly. And that's what's so exciting about this electric scooter market.
Yeah.
There are so many options now, something for everyone. The CE02 definitely stands out as a premium choice.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about finding the right fit for you.
I completely agree. And this is just the beginning of our deep dive into the BMW CE02.
Oh, we're just getting started.
We're just getting started. There's so much more to explore. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with more on the CE02 and its place in the future of urban transportation. Welcome back, everyone. We just spent some time really getting to know the BMW CE02, all its cool features, the design, the tech. But now I want to kind of zoom out a little bit and think about the bigger picture here.
Okay, like that.
So does the CE02, does it give us a glimpse into the future of transportation, especially in cities? What do you think?
I think it really does. I mean, cities are changing, right? Traffic's getting worse, pollution's a huge problem, and we need more sustainable ways to get around.
Right.
And electric scooters, especially while they're small, they're zero emissions, and they're getting more and more affordable.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely see them as a viable alternative to cars, at least for those shorter trips around town.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, you can weave through traffic. They're easy to park.
Exactly.
And no more adding to the noise and the air pollution, which is a big plus.
Huge plus.
But, I do wonder, are they really practical for everyone? I mean, what about cities that aren't exactly scooter-friendly,
That's a good point. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution, right? I mean, infrastructure is key. Cities need those dedicated bike lanes, safe parking, and, of course, plenty of charging stations.
Yeah, that's true.
If you want electric scooters to really become a seamless part of city life, you got to have that support system in place.
And then there's the safety aspect too, right? I mean, I know I'd be a little hesitant to ride a scooter in some cities, especially with all the traffic and, some drivers can be a little aggressive.
Yeah, safety is a big concern for sure. Rider education is super important, wearing helmets, protective gear,
Yeah.
and the roads themselves need to be designed with scooters in mind.
Yeah.
It's got to be safe for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But, technology's coming a long way too. We're seeing things like collision avoidance, blind spot detection.
Yeah.
Even on some high-end scooters like the CE02, I think those kinds of safety features are going to become more and more common in the future.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
It's going to be a shared responsibility, though, Manufacturers, city planners, policymakers, even the riders themselves. We all need to work together to make it work.
So if we kind of fast forward a bit, could we see cities transformed into these scooter havens, quiet streets with people zipping around on their electric rides? No more traffic jams, no more exhaust fumes.
I mean, it It's not out of the realm of possibility, right? It's a pretty appealing vision, and all the trends seem to be pointing in that direction.
It's a nice thought.
Yeah. And as the technology keeps getting better, as prices come down, and as we build that infrastructure, I think we're going to see a huge shift towards electric scooters. They could become like the main way people get around in cities.
It's an exciting thought.
It is.
And you know what? The BMW CE02, with its sleek design, its performance, all that tech, it kind of gives us a glimpse of what that future could look like, you know?
Definitely. It shows that you can have it all: style, sustainability, and practicality.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've talked about the CEO2's features. We've looked at the bigger picture of urban transportation. We've even dreamed a little bit about the future.
Yeah.
But there's one more thing we need to address, and that's the cost.
Right.
Let's be real, the CEO2, it's not exactly a budget-friendly option. So the question is it worth the investment? And that's what we're going to be tackling when we come back for part 3.
Looking forward to it.
All right, stick around, everyone. All right, welcome back, everyone. It's time to wrap up our deep dive into the BMW CE02. You know, we've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
The features, the tech, the whole idea of scooters as the future of city transportation.
Exciting stuff.
It is, but now we got to talk about the elephant in the room, right?
Oh, price tag.
Exactly. The CEO02, well, it doesn't come cheap, so is it really worth the investment?
That's the big question, isn't it? I think it really comes down to how you see this scooter. Are you thinking of it as just another scooter, or is it more like a statement? You know, a way to show you're invested in a more sustainable lifestyle.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, it's easy to get caught up in comparing prices, but maybe there's a bigger picture here. Like,
Right.
what are the long-term benefits of going electric? Not just for the environment, but for your wallet, too.
Exactly. Think about it. No more gas, probably less maintenance.
Right.
And let's not forget the fun factor. I mean, zipping around on a quiet, emission-free machine, that's got to feel pretty good.
There's definitely a coolness factor there. I'll give you that.
Yeah. It's like you're part of something new, something different.
Okay, so we're weighing the upfront cost against those potential savings down the road, and of course those intangible benefits like the style, the eco-friendliness.
Mm,
But let's be realistic, for a lot of people, the price is still, it's a hurdle.
it is.
So how does owning a CEO2 really compare to, say, owning a car? Especially if you're mainly using it for those city commutes.
Well, when you start factoring in things like gas, insurance, parking, all those costs that come with owning a car, especially in a city,
Yeah.
the CEO2 might actually start to look pretty appealing. It could save you a lot of money over time.
So it's not just about the sticker price. It's about looking at the total cost of ownership.
Exactly.
It's about changing how we think about transportation.
And you know what? As electric vehicles become more mainstream, as production ramps up, those prices are going to come down. The CEO2 might be a premium option right now, but it's paving the way for a future where electric mobility is accessible to everyone.
That's a great point. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what are your final thoughts on the BMW CEO2? What should our listeners take away from all of this?
You know, I think the CEO2, it's a sign of things to come. It's stylish, it's practical, and it really challenges us to rethink how we move around our cities. It shows that sustainability and innovation, they can go hand in hand.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
And the future of transportation, it can be exciting, it can be fun, and it can be responsible.
That's a great message to end on. And for our listeners out there, we hope this deep dive has given you a lot to think about. Would you trade in your car for an electric scooter? What does your dream city commute look like? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking those questions, and keep diving deep with us.